Yeah, great win for Bradley Harder right there. You can see that first barrel down there on the arena floor. Huge crowds on hand. We're going to start off with Kelly Schnaufer. Kind of came through the qualifying rounds to get here to the Calgary Stampede, but boy, she had a great run yesterday. 17:77, she won third in the round.
She was so excited when I spoke to her this morning. Unexpected, didn't know how the ground was going to treat her horse, and that experience, again, she's trained horses her whole life. This horse here is Jessie, Jess Undeniable, owned by her mom, Patsy, and her stepdad, Jack. That's Jack standing there beside her. So they travel together, tight-knit family. And
Jessie looks like could be a halter horse. Wow, what a nice looking sorrel horse as Kelly moves up towards the start gate. You know, you can take any kind of approach you want. You can run as hard as you want, from as deep as you want in that alley, or you can sneak in and take off to that first barrel.
And that's what Kelly's going to do here. She wants to have that perfect line coming to the right barrel first. It doesn't matter if you go to the right or the left, as long as you complete the cloverleaf pattern. She'll have a lot of confidence. She was the last girl on the ground yesterday and picked up a check. So nice smooth run. She talks about Jessie being straight and correct. That's the style of this 7-year-old sorrel mare.
Boy, and it is. She is absolutely right. An absolute perfect style to handle the ground. 17.97. So again, she's under 18. 17.97 is going to start the run.
You can see her. She's using her over and under, helping motivate Jessie run across that line a little faster.
17.97 is going to set the pace, but it's definitely beatable, and it could be by this one right here. This is Mary Walker, the World Championship in 2012, 4 trips to the National Finals Rodeo. She placed yesterday. She was 17.83.
And she's on her great horse, Latte, heading into that first barrel. Great ground. Look at the footing for these horses. Great camera angle here. Lots of footing. And Latte, he's experienced. He's taken her to the NFR World Champion in 2012, so I expect her to be fast.
Yeah, this is going to be real fast. Watch this. No, just a little off. 18 flat. I thought for sure she'd be in the mid-17s.
She's coming in. She's trying to keep him off that barrel so that if you knock, that's +5. She had that rein high, keeping the shoulder high, powering around with the hind end.
That takes us to Sarah Rose McDonald on Bling. Number 5 in the world standings currently. She was 17.97 yesterday. Well, maybe a horse change.
Yeah, she changed to Jewel. This is Foxy's Driftin' Jewel. It's out of a stud, a non-stop drifter stud. She decided to change from Bling. It didn't work for her last year. This horse is owned by Trip Depure, Callie Depure, who won the world last season, and this is Callie's high school horse. So she's having some troubles getting around the barrels. You can see that she's not hanging onto the ground there. She's outside of pretty far around the barrels. It's going to be more packed. She's going to be far away.
Yeah, slipped on the first one, had a little trouble on number 2 and number 3 in my opinion.
Yeah, you can see that front end, the back end sliding there. She's using her front end to try and pull her around. It'll take a little bit for these guys to get their groove on.
How hard is it to just jump on a different horse like that and then feel competitive? Is it, you know, I'm sure she's, well, I don't know, does she haul this horse for a backup horse?
She started running this horse in January, so she has quite a few runs on this horse.
Well,
she's a great horse trainer too, so she can jump from horse to horse, but Bling is her safety for sure.
Well, let's talk about Cassidy Cruz now, number 10 in the world standings. Number 1, or she's made 1 trip to the Wrangler National Finals. This is JJ.
Another horse change. Actually, this is JD, Genuine Diamond Done. And this horse slips again on the backside of first. And that's tough for these girls. They just have to keep going. This horse is owned by Anna Allhouse. She's a 14-year-old girl that's traveling with Cassidy at the Calgary Stampede.
It's a clean run, a couple little bobbles in there, and that slowed her time down. 18.19 for Cassidy Cruz. You can see little trouble on the ground again here.
Yeah, it's the first barrel that's given them troubles. The committee said that they are trying to rip up that hard pan every morning after having the chuck wagon races here. That's where they're battling, trying to get that balance so it's safe for both chucks and for the rodeo, stock and barrel racers.
Here she comes, Ivy Conrado. We talked about her in the opening. Number 2 in the world standings right now. She's coming in. She picked up $4,500 yesterday behind the number 1 lady. That's Mary Berger.
And she's on Tibby. That's her dad, Kelly, a great maturity horse trainer. And this is a different approach. Yesterday they came flying in there, but they wanted to get Tibby the best shot possible to go into that first barrel.
Looked like it paid off. Nice first barrel as she lines up that second one.
Kicking with the outside. She's wanting to get closer to that barrel. That's what she talks about. She rides to her spot and then just sits and kicks and kicks and kicks. That's what's going through her mind. Pretty simple.
Well, she is going to just miss taking the lead. 17.99. That puts her in second place, right behind Kelly Schnoffer.
You can see her using that outside leg, trying to help Tibby get closer to that barrel as she powers around. So here's Mary and Latte, and we know his story and their connection winning the 2012 World Championship, and obviously even her tragedy too, when he fell on her in 2011 and broke her pelvis, but he's won her a ton of money. They're a great partnership, and so I asked her how Byron's doing, where's he at during Calgary Stampede. Well, he's a little busy. He's at home, and he's looking after the clone of Latte.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
here he
and
is.
the name, I love that there's double Latte right there. They cloned him.
Yeah. He was just born this spring. They call him Ditto, double Latte. And they said that he moves around like Latte out in the pasture where he's running around. He'll just stop and drop his head and scratch his head on his leg, and that's the same thing as what Latte does. So they look pretty similar, and it'll be interesting to see his successes in the future.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to follow him through his future and his career. Here comes Megan Swin. Megan, 21st in the world standing. So this could be a huge rodeo for Megan. Remember, we talk about the money counting in the women's barrel racing here. It doesn't count in the other professional events, but it does count in the WPRA. So this could be huge for Megan.
And Megan made a horse change as well. PC just wasn't fast enough for her yesterday, the rope horse. So this is Sue, registered name Tsunami Sue, 6-year-old mare, owned by Paige Willis. So we're gonna learn a lot about this horse as she comes into Calgary. I was watching her in practice yesterday, and she looked fantastic.
Looked good, yeah.
She runs to the left.
She was 18 and 58 yesterday, but a horse change can change everything.
Absolutely. She describes her as a free roller. And she handles it. Oh, and down goes the barrel. That's a +5 penalty. Now she'll just breeze her through, let her get a feel for the ground so that she can get prepared for tomorrow.
So a little 5-second penalty on that first barrel takes her chances away. So she just kind of lopes through the pattern. 18 and 80, add 5 seconds to that. 23.80 for Megan Swin.
She was good on the top side, but she had a lot of pocket, so that horse cranked around that barrel and knocked it leaving.
23.80. A little disappointed Megan Swin leaving the arena. Let's go to Taylor Jacob now. Taylor, 2 trips to the Wrangler National Final. She's number 8 in the world standings right now. She was 18.42 yesterday.
She's not on her great horse, Bo. He pulled a shoe in Pinoca, so he's just getting healthy. Hopefully get ready for Sunday if she can make it that far. This is Tink, this Firewater Rocks mare, 7-year-old buckskin. And yeah, bowed off that second barrel. She's gonna try and ride her up there and keep her tight, using that outside leg, help her shape.
Hustles out of there. Can she be under 18? No, 18.33. That's gonna put her 6th now in this go-around.
Goes past that second barrel pretty far. You can see she was pulling on the reins, and she's trying to get a hold of the ground. She hasn't ran a lot in Canada, not used to the hard pans there.
Well, here she comes, Mary Berger, number 1 in the world standings, won the go-around yesterday. Can she do it again on Mo?
And she's so confident in Mo. Registered name Sadie's famous last words. The best story is that she did a horse trade for him when he was 2 years old as a stud horse, and she made money on this open horse. She's been clicking with this horse for the last 5 years and sneaks in there. You can see he runs with his nose tipped to the outside going into the barrel. That's really unusual. That's why that line is so important. She's riding him hard to get past. He was going to shut down on her going into that second barrel. Third barrel.
And around it. Yeah, it was tight. He's hustling now. Watch the clock. Can she win again? Oh my goodness, 17:72 for Mary Berger. Is she not amazing?
Absolutely, and the crowd thinks so as well. And no stirrups. Have a look at that cowgirl.
Yeah, no stirrups. That's not a big deal when you're 22. It's a big deal when you're 67. She's something else. 17:72. She hasn't won the go-around. There's still some ladies left, but she just took the lead. Let's go to Julie Leggett now. That's her daughter, helping her get close to the arena to take the approach. Julie Leggett, she was 18:03 yesterday.
And she's on ice, FDI, cash to burn. And yesterday was a tough mental game for Julie, so her cue coming in here is aggressive. Ride him like she can. She was a jockey in university. Have a look at her style. She's really forward, hustling around there, and it's a great, fantastic, smooth run for Julie.
Yeah, it should be fast.
There we go.
You bet it is. 17:86 for Leggett, so that puts her second now in the round. 17:86 for Julie Leggett. And you said it, just a smooth, flawless run, and that's a happy daughter right there for her mom.
Absolutely. Vanessa's a great barrel racer herself up here in Canada. Won the National High School finals in 2012 on ice as well.
Well, we talked about Fallon Taylor and Baby Flo. Here they come. Fallon slipped on her first barrel. Will she change her game, or excuse me, her second barrel? Will she change anything in this run?
She said the only thing she's changing is to ride smarter, and she can do that. Her and Baby Flo have such a connection now. Let's watch her run over to this second barrel. She had troubles yesterday, and she holds herself.
Oh, look good.
Have a look at that smile on Fallon's face. She's ready. She is
look
fierce.
Out. This could be it. Can she take the lead away from Mary Berger? Just about. 17:98, much better than yesterday. It's going to put her fourth now in this go-around. Plus, it's going to give her a lot of confidence coming into tomorrow.
Absolutely, and knowing that Baby Flo is healthy, running sound.
Well, that is good to see. And she, you know, you talked about her kind of little off feeling, not feeling very well, maybe some flu symptoms yesterday. She looks much better today on that side as well. So everything much better for Fallon Taylor.
Yes, yeah. Food poisoning had her under the weather yesterday. She's healthy now.
And there she is, the queen of the Stampede, in my opinion, Mary Berger. Listen to this crowd, and they are giving her a standing ovation as she takes this lap in this arena.
And no stirrups again.
Oh, she doesn't need them.
No.
She doesn't need them. Oh, it doesn't get any better than this. What a story we're seeing take fold here at the Calgary Stampede, and Mary Berger, $11,000